They are ready to go here in Vegas, and they're off for the first heat of the evening. Who's going to make it to the corner first?
A lot of crashing and banging and bumping. Those guys are blind into the sun at this time of day into that first corner, and Ken Block emerges first, and our new guy, Bryce Menzies, in second position.
What I noticed there is that we actually had a little bit of a pinch happening on Brian Deegan with Sverre Isaacson. So Brian Deegan right now is lagging behind, and that spells trouble for him.
And Brian, yeah, as these guys approach the jump, we're going to see Brian over the jump in just a second. He had a little bit of a bobble and hit a wall too, so that's going to be very tough for him to recover from.
And remember, folks, it's important to try and win these heats because there is one bonus championship point ready for grabs. Ken Block, though, looking great out in front.
Very good #1 qualifier. His car is set up. It's very powerful, and it's working very well for him. He's also really comfortable on all of this dirt. He's been competing in the World Rally Championship, and he has no trouble with it at all. You can see the sun. We have Sverre Isaacson stopped on course. I didn't see what happened there, but maybe a mechanical problem. This sun is a real challenge. It's going to change as the heats continue, but it's a disadvantage right now, absolutely.
Always a good aerial view of these.
Air, that's going to make quite a bit of a problem. I see Brian Deegan coming limping through there. You see Bryce Menzies just beaten on the back of Pat Morrow's Subaru. And look at the glare of these guys, not just the dust in the air, but what's happening there? That's the onboard of Brian Deegan, and he's stopped. He's out of the race. Oh, disaster for Deegan.
He was looking for that critical championship point that he could get by winning this heat, and there's no way he can do it now.
Oh, no, you saw his wife, Marisa Deegan, looking on. So he's not going to get the point, but most importantly, is he going to be ready for the last chance qualifier, which he's certainly going to end up in. Disaster for Deegan there. You see the fight between Bryce Menzies in the blue car and Samuel Hubinett in that orange Saab. This is great racing.
Very good battle. Bryce Menzies competed at X Games, so this is only his second time in that Dodge Dart as we ride along over the jump. He's doing very well. He's taken some time on the course and made some improvements to his driving style. He's a dirt racer usually, just won the Pro 2 championship for the short course off-road championship. But look at him go, putting the heat on Samuel Hubinett.
And while these two battle, you can see Ken Block is actually extending his lead a little, so that's really helping Ken Block in this race.
Being out front and having a clear track to run on is a definite advantage. You want to lead right from the start and try and hold it to the end. Look at that sun, just blinding, especially when you get in on the dirt section here. They get dust, and you just can't see anything from on board.
It looks like Menzies is slightly faster in that Dodge Dart, perhaps, but he just can't find a way past the Saab of Hubinett. You see the white flag. This is it. One lap left to go in this race.
And there's Brian Deegan limping along the course. That's good news for him. He was able to get his car started again, but it's very clear that there's something wrong.
Oh,
we'll have to see what happens.
I think Brian Deegan was trying to play it smart here because he realizes the number of cars that advance, there are at least 2 cars out crippled on the course. He's just trying to hang on and maybe get a transfer spot and not go into the last chance qualifier, but I don't think it's going to be enough. Let's see what happens as they come to the checkered flag. Ken Block taking it above Samuel Hubinett, and there's Bryce Menzies, and I think it's going to be Mira taking that 4th spot. Well, there's the winner of our race, and there, unfortunately, is the leisurely drive across the line he didn't want to take. His wife, Marisa, incredibly disappointed. But Brian Deegan has to be crushed right now. He really needed that point. But again, it's not over till it's over. Tanner Faust still has to make sure he stays out of the last chance qualifier, Jen.
And what Brian's trying to do here is just knock off some of this lap. If he can do more laps than the 2 cars that stopped, he finishes ahead of them in this heat. So I almost wonder if it's maybe a transmission problem. He can't get out of 1st or 2nd gear.